I almost didn't start this channel, not because I didn't have anything to say, but because I didn't feel like I looked ready yet. I didn't feel like I looked good enough, truthfully, to be online, to be in a public space, to be seen. If you are interested in understanding the patterns and loops that are keeping you stuck, if you are interested in understanding what exactly is keeping you in the old self narrative, and if you are interested in that within like an astrological lens, then welcome to my channel. My name is Katerina. I am a transformation mentor and astrologer, and I do exactly that. As I said, I work with patterns and loops and get you out of them, get you into the new self. Let's start building that. If you haven't already, then please make sure to subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you stay around until the middle, then I have a quick announcement, so make sure to keep watching. So there is a version of not feeling ready enough that has nothing to do with the skill, the expertise, the words that you have to say, and more about the way that you look, that you don't look good enough, that your face doesn't look like this person or your body doesn't look like this person. And the real fear of being seen as I am now, not as who I want to be, run the show for a really long time, where I stopped myself from showing up publicly. It was quite subtle for me. It wasn't something that I noticed as the waiting zone. It was something that I just genuinely thought, I won't be accepted if I look this way. So I need to just work on myself and then I can show up online. I don't look like a businesswoman. I'm not wearing the power suits. I don't have the sleek hair. I felt like I wasn't good enough in who I am and what I look like in order to show up in the public space with the words that I want to say. Now, that was a confidence issue. That was a huge, huge confidence issue. And it was running the show for me for a really long time, not just online, but actually in my physical world. I was waiting to look a certain way in order to be accepted. I thought I was waiting for the right moment. I thought I was waiting to finally be someone that would be acceptable to be seen, to be witnessed, to have a public space. I felt like I wasn't there yet. And I needed to wait in order for that person to meet me, in order to start actually physically showing up in my workspace online. So I'm here, I'm online, I've been here for just over a year now. And what would I say to you that told myself to move anyway, to move forward anyway, to show up anyway? Now, this might sound cliche to someone who is into astrology and knows my channel, but it was understanding my chart. It was understanding that no, I don't have the option. This is the work that I am meant to be in. I am meant to be in online spaces. I am meant to be speaking internationally. Like, I'm not here I'm not here to play small. And that pull felt way stronger than the old loop of not feeling confident enough or not looking a certain way. Every time I edited, I hated the way I looked. I hated myself every time I edited. But I just kept pushing through because I knew that that was a fear speaking and that wasn't actually what mattered. What mattered is the words that I'm saying, the help that I'm giving, the amount of vulnerability that I am sharing to help you move from your old patterns, your old loops, your old blocks, and to step into the new. So I know anytime I'm like, oh, I'm just like, why didn't I straighten my hair this time? Or why didn't I put more makeup on? Or why did I wear that top? None of it matters. And I just kept telling myself that because I understood my chart so deeply. I understood what I am here to do and what my mode of speaking is, that I knew that this whole thing that I had in my brain about the way I look really didn't matter. It really wasn't the important thing here. So I felt the fear and I moved forward because I knew that my path was greater than the fear. The fear had been running my life for nearly 34 years. I was like, no more, literally no more. So I moved forward. I kept going, even though it scared the shit out of me to be online, to be in this space. I kept going because I knew and I know that this is my path. So why would I do anything else? Why would I pause my path? So, what does this have to do with Saturn? Well, I have Saturn in my first house, and Saturn in the first delays the self. It makes you feel like you have to earn your way to be seen, to show up. It makes you question yourself and question the way you appear and question the way you walk into a room. You need to have it together. You need to be put together. You do not look like a businesswoman, so therefore you cannot have a business yet. Side note, what does a businesswoman look like? I don't fucking know. But I had those views because of Saturn in the first house. And my Saturn is in Capricorn. I am a Capricorn rising. I am going to consistently have that fear of being vulnerable in the way that I show up. I will always feel like I have to be put together. And knowing that and just pushing through that, no matter what, helps heal that relationship of your Saturn in the first house. Saturn doesn't reward waiting. Saturn rewards when you don't feel ready and you show up anyway and you master that area of your life through braverism, through courage, through devotion, through consistency. You show up. Saturn in the first house can make you feel like you've got to wait to be perfect in order to show up. But Saturn is literally saying, show up through it, and you will become who you're meant to be by taking action without the clarity first, without the perfectionism, just taking the steps and you will get there. But if you don't take the steps and you wait, you won't get to that version of yourself that Saturn wants you to be because you're pausing instead of moving through that fear. So if you are stuck in this loop, the shrinking, the waiting, the delaying, the holding yourself back, and you don't really understand why, your Saturn placement and where it is in your chart is the answer to this question. Your Saturn placement shows the hidden pattern behind all of this. The fear, the self-sabotage, the emotional cycles that you keep putting yourself in. I've officially completed your Saturn wound, which is a self-paced video course. It's a complete deep dive into your Saturn placement, into the fears that are keeping you stuck, your self-sabotage, the emotional cycles that you're putting yourself in, and how to actually get out of it and how to work with it. Your Saturn wound is specific to your chart. It is specific to your pattern. If you want to know what that is, and if you want to know what Saturn is asking of you and how to actually work with that and become who you were meant to become, then everything is linked in my bio. So I just want to come back to what I was saying, which is like the version of you that is meant to say what they're meant to say does not have to look a certain way in order to do it. You have something real to say, and you do not need the perfect outfit, the perfect makeup, the perfect circumstances in order to say it, in order to show up. Your words are the most powerful thing that you bring to the table. The people who need to hear those words are waiting for you. They are waiting for you to step into that version of yourself. They do not care what you look like. They are not looking at what you're wearing or what your lighting is. They're genuinely listening to the words that you're saying. They need those words. They need them. If there's something that you've been putting off because you don't feel like you look a certain way, or you feel like you're not ready for it yet, then let me know in the comments. Tell me what that is, or tell me where you think the area of life that you are getting most stuck in, and see if that connects to your Saturn placement. I really love this conversation, and I love us being open and honest about where we are and where we want to go, and whether or not we're stuck in that loop still. Again, if you want to know what the pattern and loop is specifically for you, then your Saturn wound is linked below. Thank you so much for watching.